All right, good afternoon, everyone. We have here today a 5,000 BTU Carrier Siesta made in 1984. Picked this up off of Facebook Marketplace Friday. It was kind of languishing there for a week and a half. Looked kind of dirty and cobweb-ridden. It was sitting down in somebody's basement. But looked like it was in pretty good shape. Nothing was missing, dented, broken. So I figured, what the heck, for 30 bucks, I'll pick it up. It ended up being a little more of a drive than I had expected to where the location was, but it was, at the end, definitely all worth it. Got her home, pulled it apart. Pleasantly was surprised that it had a Tecumseh AE reciprocating compressor, which makes it the first reciprocating compressor air conditioner I've added to my little collection. And once I got the unit all cleaned up, it really turned out to be in really good condition. I was really very pleased. It wasn't even all that dirty. We have the original side panel plastics, a little bit stiff, not super flexible, but in real fine condition, which surprised me because I've had some newer air conditioners that had the side panels coming apart in pieces. We have just directional vanes for the left and right. The up and down is just fixed louvers. We've got our controls off, the Siesta mode, which is our sleep mode, normal, fast, and then a push button ratchet exhaust damper, and then our thermostat with a detent for just fan only operation, so it doesn't have separate fan switches. Underneath our little front panel here, we've got our nameplate. I'll read that. July 84, 13.3 ounces, R22, 835 watts, EER of 6. I was a little surprised EER was fairly low for a unit like this, but with this reciprocating compressor and a shaded pole fan motor, it's not a capacitor run fan motor, pulls a little more current, but it actually does quite a bit better than the 835 watts it's rated for. I've been running it here today, and it's about, I think we're about almost 90. Yeah, 85.3 outside. It's very humid here. It's actually been keeping the downstairs of my house cool all day just by itself. I've got a 2-story Cape Cod with do have central air, but it's kind of more fun to play around with these little units. Central air works just fine, although the upstairs does tend to get rather warm because the downstairs stays cool with the shade trees and everything, but the upstairs, all the heat goes up, and the style of house, it's just hard to keep the upstairs cool, so I kind of rotate some of these units through the upstairs just to keep the edge off. It works real well. So enough babbling. I'll turn her down to just fan only here. Turn it on Siesta mode. It's nice and quiet on low. Obviously a good bedroom unit. And normal she runs a little faster. Still a nice quiet unit compared to most of the normal Chinesium garbage. And then on fast, moves a good amount of air. It definitely blows a nice circulation. So we'll go back to low, and then we'll kick on the wonderful compressor. The reciprocating compressor definitely runs smoother than any of the rotaries I have overall. I think it less vibration when it stops and starts. It doesn't have that kind of that shudder nearly as much. I really like it. You know, lower efficiency aside, I don't really care. It's just a really nice running unit, really smooth, and like I said, I really like it. Let me pause this and take you outside. I'm not sure if my neighbor's done cutting his grass yet, but hopefully so. All right, we're outside here now with it. You can see I got it installed with a little wooden spacer underneath it to raise it over the lip I've got in my windows at the bottom. All right, little carrier badge there. You can see inside there. There's water splashing around. I do have one of the modifications I made was adding a drain plug to it. There's the compressor in there humming away. You can see down here it's got a little lip around the bottom. There's the kind of the trough for the fan to pick up the water level. But the rest of the unit's got kind of a raised area where the compressor sits and everything, so the majority of it's actually out of the water. And there's no corrosion in this unit whatsoever. It's amazingly good condition. But that little drain plug right there is at the lower lip of the unit, and we can pull that out, and it'll you know, run a pretty good stream of water. I find it even on the humid weather we're having right now, it will not drip. It does evaporate the coolant very, very well, all by itself, which is a nice feature if you don't want to be dripping on people down below you. But you know, we definitely want to keep the rust and condensation at bay, even what little there is, and at least drain it when you're done using it for a while, and it really makes it nice when you're going to move the unit. You can drain it out without having it splashing water all over the place. So overall, yeah, really nice, nice running unit. All right, so here we are back inside. She's blowing out 50-degree air, 52-degree air. It's about 73 degrees in the house, so 21 degree delta on the temperature. So it's definitely running real well, about right where it should be. We're on normal cool right now. She's pulling about 735 watts. When it's a little cooler outside, maybe 70, 72 in the morning, it'll run maybe 680 watts, 690 watts. So it definitely picks up some watts as the outside ambient goes up a little bit. But it's still running about 100 watts below its rated wattage. I imagine I would pick it up if it ended up closer to 95 or 100 degrees outside, a real heat wave. But it's doing better than its rating on an EER. It's running close to 7 instead of 6, so I'm pretty happy about that. And like I said, it's just a real nice running unit. So for 30 bucks, can't go wrong. A little bit of a road trip on a beautiful day, and rescued another one that probably would have just ended up with the scrapper or something if it didn't sell, because people just they don't look at these old wood grain units that are something that their parents had, or they grew up with. Maybe they want the modern stuff, the remotes and Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and everything else that gets up and makes your breakfast for you in the morning. So I don't know, I like the stuff that stays around and isn't disposable. So let's keep them humming. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, hit the subscribe button, and hopefully I'll get some more up here over the next week or two as I go through a couple of other units, and we'll keep the channel going. Have a good one.